Welcome back to the Scrapyard, friends. I'm your host, Barnabas Tone.
And this is me, your co-host, Frederick Allen Seto. And it's time for the Fans vs. ACs Challenge.
That's right, Al. And what's really exciting is we are now in the semifinal rounds.
And what's really exciting is both of today's racers are from Team Scrapyard. So, unless they both mysteriously explode, we are guaranteed a spot in the finals.
Don't jinx it, Al. Both of our boys worked really hard to get this far.
That's right. We're not wasting any time with recaps, intros, or pre-shows. If you're just joining us and don't know who today's racers are or how they got here, then you could keep watching. But I highly recommend that you go back and check out all our other racers in the Fans vs. ACs Challenge playlist.
And if you're new here, give us a like, or better yet, subscribe and share our videos with all the race fans you know.
Okay, enough talking. Let's get up to the guillotine gate and get this race started.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
Here we are at the guillotine gate for the start of the quarterfinals.
I know, both the racers are from Team Scrapyard. One is a broke artist and the other does my taxes. Yes, it's the head of our graphics department, Whun, and Stock Market Mike.
Mike has had a slightly longer road to get here since Whun got a bye into round 2.
Yeah, but none of that matters now because the only way anyone is getting a bye into the finals is by winning.
Safety officials have cleared the track. We are a go.
Ooh, so exciting.
3, 2, 1, go!
They go wide.
Whun blocks.
They both lose it in the turn. Let's break down what just happened.
Well, Barry, what can I say besides here we go again? Because Whun blows his lead and crashes.
Slow down, Al. Let's see exactly where that happened. It seems like they both went wide on the downhill trying to keep this race clean.
But nice and clean goes out the window once they get into that narrow bottleneck.
Whun sets up his line and goes for a devastating block right at the exit of the bottleneck.
I will admit, while Whun is big on losing his lead, he has delivered some of the best blocks in this whole tournament.
Let's not forget the race-ending block against our competitor's team captain, Wild Wheatmo.
That's exactly what I was talking about. The Picasso. Whun got that block named after him. Sort of.
After delivering that block, he drifts hard into Carmine Corner. You can see Whun struggling to keep it on the track, but ultimately he loses it and goes into the safety area.
Into the safety area? You mean crashing into the fire chief's ladder truck? Then yeah, Barry, into the safety area. I reckon he hits it in the same exact spot as he did in race number 5. I know that fella is an artist and all, so you think that crash was his rough sketch for this one? Is this his final draft?
Who knows with that guy, Wild Bob? All I know is he blew his lead again, and Stock Market Mike came halfway into Carmine Corner on his roof.
That's right, Mr. Seto, so let's make it official. With both racers crashing in Carmine Corner, it looks like a pair of red X's for Team Scrapyard.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
Fans, we are back at the guillotine gate with the start of Heat 2.
Mandatory lane change sees Stock Market Mike on the right of your screen and Whun on your left.
And that might be where he belongs, considering he almost left the track in Heat 1.
I'm sure Stock Market Mike will be looking to vindicate himself from that devastating block he just received. Looks like the blood has gone bad between these two cousins.
Wait, are they related?
What? No, I can't confirm that. I mean, as workers here at the scrapyard, we're all like an extended family.
Then why would you specifically say cousin?
Quiet, Al, the countdown is starting.
3, 2, 1, go!
Whun blocks.
Mike turns it into a pit maneuver.
Whun in reverse.
He loses it again.
Mike can't get around and crashes hard.
That one was all over the place. We need to see that replay.
They come off the line clean, Al. Then they stick tight to one another for the length of the downhill.
Until they get to the very end, that's where Nell Whun goes for a block right as they enter the bottleneck. But Mike is able to reverse it and turn it into a pit maneuver, and he sends Nell Whun spinning backwards.
However, Nell Whun is quick enough to shift it in reverse and actually holds on to his lead through Carmine Corner.
But right after Clunker Canyon, things go berserk. Nell Whun, like always when he has the lead, loses it and crashes right after the Clunker Cam.
Luckily, we were still able to capture the action thanks to Camera Tower 3.
Thank goodness. What would we do without good old Camera 3?
Well, thanks to it, we could see how Mike tries to go wide to avoid Nell Whun, but there's nothing he can do and ends up sliding into the side of Nell Whun's car, ending the heat for both racers.
And Mike slammed into him just hard enough so we could get a glimpse of Nell Whun on our overhead cam. And speaking of glimpses, no one will get a glimpse of that beautiful green check mark because both of these guys DNF'd again. So it's another pair of big fat red X's.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
Here we are once again back at the Guillotine Gate. A win here would guarantee either of these racers a spot in the finals.
I guess Mike can only handle stock market crashes because whenever Nell Whun does it, Mike can't avoid it and slams right into him.
Our mandatory lane change has Nell Whun back on the right of your screen and stock market Mike on the left. Officials have finished their safety checks. This race is a go.
This could be one for the record books. Good luck, guys.
3, 2, 1, go!
Neck and neck.
Make it loose.
Bruno, Camera 3!
We need help.
Go on it like gravy on a biscuit!
Another master monster. I mean, another monster master.
Yes, everyone. Another fine creation to terrorize the peasants of your village and to let them know to keep their eyes or eye to themselves.
Yes, and every purchase will help us create more monstrosities, and it will help keep the scrapyard racing.
Yes, so click on the link below because we know you're just dying to buy something.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for that interruption in our broadcast, but that accident was a first in Scrapyard history.
Barry, at the start of this race, you warned me about jinxing things. In no way did I think that complimenting Camera 3 in Heat 2 would completely take it out in this heat.
No, Al. You can't blame yourself. Auto racing is a dangerous game.
Auto racing is dangerous? How about camera operator? Those poor guys just face planted from the top of a camera tower.
Well, let's take another look to see what went wrong.
Barry, everything started off like a textbook race. They leave the gate clean and they even go down the downhill nice and tight. Nell Whun tries for the block inside the bottleneck but can't get it, so he just aborts and tries to straighten out.
And that's when things turn tragic. For some reason, they both lose it exiting the bottleneck. Nell Whun hits the outside leg of Camera 3, then bounces to the inside of the track and hits the inner leg.
And luckily, Stock Market Mike was finally able to get around one of Nell Whun's crashes. And that might have just saved his life, because if he hadn't, that camera tower could have come down on his head. And no hard hat in the world is rated for that kind of impact. I mean, look at that. All of Carmine Corner went into the air. That was like an 11 on the Richter scale.
Al, I just got word from the studio that we have actual footage of what that crash was like from the inside of Camera Tower 3. We just want to warn those with heart conditions or young children that this may be unsettling. Let's go to the tape.
Wow, Just wow. Do we have any idea who was in Camera Tower 3?
It was Eddie the Eel.
Eddie the Eel? From our unboxing videos?
What was he doing in Camera Tower 3?
Well, since you guys gave him such a hard time working the finish line, Cam, in race number 3 of this here event, he applied for a different position to try and make you fellas proud.
Well, how is he doing?
Well, let's just say he went from opening boxes to getting his box checked.
Oh my goodness. Let's just cut to the scorecard.
I can't believe this. We just had a sudden death. And now because no one won, we're going into sudden death.
Sudden death.
Usually going into sudden death is exciting, but after what just happened to Eddie the Eel, man, it all feels so
Much more unifying? Because now the boys have something to race for.
Actually, I was gonna say solemn, but I guess you're right. Come on, Team Scrapyard. Let's put a win on the scoreboard. Do something to honor the eel.
3, 2, 1, go!
Neck and neck again.
No!
No time for that, Al. Nell One takes a big lead and crosses the line. Looks like we have our winner. Let's go to the replay.
Sudden death.
So, are we just gonna ignore that Nell 1 knocked down Camera Tower 3 again?
No, of course not. We'll just get to it in this replay. In broadcasting, we call that building tension.
How about building some tension cables into that camera tower? Do we even know who was in there?
Okay, Al, I see you're not gonna let me review the whole heat, so let's just cut to that part. It doesn't look like either Nell 1 or Stock Market Mike hit the tower. Thank goodness, that would have canceled our insurance for sure.
That's what you're worried about? Do we even know who was in there this time? Did we have another death? During sudden death?
Ralph!
What?
Security guard Ralph!
What about him, Wild Bob?
He was in the tower. See here, after the first time that tower fell so dang near his vehicle, he didn't feel safe in it no more. So he volunteered to work the camera tower. And it's a good thing too, because look at what that tower did when it fell next to his car. Had he been in his security vehicle, he would have been killed for sure. Or worse.
Right, but he was in the camera tower.
I'm guessing you got a point there. Looks like he's gonna get his box checked too.
Why didn't you guys do a better job securing the tower?
Better job? You guys gave us the span of a 53-second t-shirt commercial to fix that tower. You're lucky we could get it back up at all in that time. Heck, that barely gave us enough time to apply the 3 strips of duct tape and chewing gum we used to keep it up for this heat.
Gentlemen, please. We're supposed to be focusing on the race. Let's talk about the way Nell 1 rocketed through Carmine Corner and held his lead all the way until he crossed the line. And Stock Market Mike tried his best to keep up and gave that custom auto all it had, but it just wasn't enough to catch up to that copper Chevelle.
Speaking of coppers, it looks like our security team is down 1.
And speaking of 1, let's talk about who just won. With that earth-shaking win, Nell 1 was finally able to put a win on the scorecard. He now becomes the first racer to have his spot in the finals secured.
Secured? Really? Too soon, Barry. Too soon. Oh, poor Ralph. Rest in peace, Ralph. We'll miss you.
Moving on. The next time we meet will be for Semifinals Race 2 to see who will fill in that last box in the finals.
Fill the box? Really, Barry? Can you even hear yourself? We're sorry, Eddie. No one will ever open boxes like you again. Rest in peace, Eel, wherever you are.
Anyway, as I was saying, the next time we meet here at the Scrapyard will be for Semifinal Race 2. Until then, this is Barnabas Tone saying thank you and good night.
And I'm Frederick Allen Seto, saying thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join us again back here at the Scrapyard, but until then, thank you all for watching. If you haven't done so, give us a like, and please subscribe to the Scrapyard so you never miss a race.
And follow us on Instagram and Facebook for even more Scrapyard Diecast Racing action. So please join us next time for the next installment of
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.